Viewers and subscribers, please make sure to subscribe to Saga News TV and give a like and share, because if you don't, you will miss out a lot of news.
A Kingston vendor was gunned down at her Oxford Street home last Sunday, and the suspected shooter, a taxi operator known as Fire, has now been charged in connection with her murder. Damian Taylor, 44 years old, of Radney Street, Kingston 12, faced murder, conspiracy to murder, possession of a prohibited weapon, and unauthorized possession of ammunition, and using a firearm to commit a felony. Reports from the Denhampton police indicated that around 4:24 p.m. on September 28, 46 years old Violetta Brown was sitting at her home when a white Toyota Probox pulled up to her gate. An armed man exited the vehicle, fired at her, then fled in the waiting car. Brown was rushed to hospital but later pronounced dead. Police investigation including a review of Jamaica Eye's closed-circuit television monitoring system lead them to St. Thomas on Tuesday, October 7, where the vehicle was seized and Taylor taken into custody. He was formally charged later that day after a caution statement and a question and answer session conducted in the presence of his attorney. A court date has been finalized. A man known as Breadback has been charged with murder more than a year after a deadly gun attack on Hill Avenue, Kingston 11 on August 5, 2023. He was later found in a hospital hiding under a fake name. After being shot, he is 24 years old Dave King, otherwise called Dada, and Mikey Ramsey, a laborer of Grape Road, Kingston 11 and St. Anne's Bay. King has been charged with murder, wounding with intent, possession of a prohibited weapon, possession of prohibited ammunition, using a firearm to commit a felony, conspiracy to murder, conspiracy to wounding with intent. Reports from the Olympic Garden are that about 12:20 a.m., Kevin Duane, 25, and another man were standing at their gate when a brown Nissan motorcar pulled up. Police say Breadback and another man exited the car and opened gunfire. Hitting both victims, they reportedly run inside to escape, but Duane collapsed and was later pronounced dead. The second man was hospitalized. The investigation revealed that on September 11, 2023, King was shot and injured by a gunman in St. Anne and admitted to hospital under a false name. Michael Ramsey, he was eventually identified, located and charged based on eyewitness account. His court date has been finalized. At least 2 of the victims in Sunday night mass shooting in Commodore Lindsay, St. Catherine are relatives of incarcerated Glendon Bull Amos. Police describe Amos as a well-known gangbanger from the era. Amos, a farmer most wanted, was apprehended during a joint intelligence-led operation conducted by the Joint Anti-Gang Task Force, supported by Specialized Operation and the St. Catherine North Police, in Monig, St. Anne on January 29, 2025. Before his capture, Amos was listed as among Jamaican 10 most wanted and was regularly featured on the JCF Wanted Wednesday for more than a year. He has since been charged with multiple counts of murder, possession of a prohibited weapon, an unauthorized possession of ammunition, and using a firearm to commit a felony. Police believe that Sunday's deadly attack was gang-related and may have been a reprisal for a killing that occurred more than a year. Amos is said to be related to 22-year-old security guard Famous Amos, one of the 5 people killed, and a 54-year-old shopkeeper who was shot and injured during the assault. The killers were deliberately here and were going for them and anybody else around them, a resident told the news. According to reports, around 9 p.m., 5 heavily armed men wearing police vests opened fire indiscriminately and a group of people gathered at the location. The deceased has been identified as Shannon Garden, 4 years old, of Orange Park, Charlie Mount, Linstead; Maria Sullivan, 42 years old; Joshane Edwards, 19 years old; Aisha Washington, 39 years old, vendor, all of Rosemount District, Linstead; and Famous Amos, 22 years old, security guard of Commodore District. 4 others, including the shopkeeper, are nursing gunshot wounds. It was confirmed that the premises where the incident took place is well known to law enforcement, as several operations have been carried out there in the past. In response, the police have imposed a 48-hour curfew in Tree Linstead community. The curfew began at 6 p.m. Monday and will continue until 6 p.m. on Wednesday. During a visit of the community on Monday, Prime Minister Andrew Holness and Police Commissioner Kevin Blake met with the residents and law enforcement officials. Dr. Blake confirmed that the attack was gang-related, and although he did not name the suspect, he acknowledged that a key gangster from the era is currently in custody. The government has offered a $2 million reward for information leading to the arrest and charge of the killers. A Westmoreland man who allegedly turned a family feud in a bloody gun attack has been slapped with multiple charges after finally surrendering to the police. He is 26 years old, Renard Adams, otherwise called Pondos, a laborer of York Mountain, Ashton District in the parish. Adam has been charged with unlawful wounding, assault at common law, and using a firearm to commit a scheduled offense, stemming from a violent dispute at his home on Wednesday, August 27. Reports from the Savannah police are that around 10:30 p.m., Adams got into a heated argument with a relative and stormed off on his motorcycle. But moments later, he allegedly returned with a pillion rider, both armed to the teeth. The man reportedly used their guns to beat the complainant repeatedly in the face, leaving him bleeding before spreading off into the right on the same motorcycle. The injured relative later reported matter to the police, sparking an investigation. After weeks on the run, Pondos turned himself into the police on Monday, August 6, and was formally charged after a warrant was executed. The police say his accomplice is still on the run, and are urging him to surrender before it's too late. A court date is being finalized for Adams. A 15-year-old student of Landilo School Special Education is now battling for his life in intensive care after being hit by a vehicle in Negril, Westmoreland. A video of the incident, which has making the rounds on social media, shows the boy running and playing as he dashed reportedly across the Non-Peril Main Road before tragically struck. He was rushed to the Savannah Hospital, where he remains in critical condition. Police say investigations are ongoing into the circumstances surrounding the incident. The man who was shot after allegedly attacking a police officer with a knife and later escaped custody on Friday has turned himself into the authorities. He is 29 years old, Herbie Valentine, otherwise called Junior of Fraserwood Highgate, St. Mary. The St. Mary police confirmed that Valentine turned himself into the Islington police station about 5:20 p.m. on Monday, October 6. In the presence of his attorney, Valentine had escaped from custody at the Port Maria Hospital on Friday, October 3, 2025, after receiving treatment following an incident where he was injured during a confrontation with the police, commented head of the St. Mary Police Division, Superintendent Anthony Wallace. He managed to escape earlier that day after overpowering an Indicom investigator when temporarily released from handcuffs to sign a documents, but made good his escape. Valentine is expected to face further questioning regarding the original charge and the circumstances surrounding his case, Wallace added. Meantime, Wallace is urging anyone with information relevant to the investigation to contact the St. Mary Police at 876-333-9530 or 876-994-4223. Crime Stop at 311 or the nearest police station. Police are probing a road rage incident in St. Andrew where a firearm was drawn and a man was beaten along the roadway, apparently in full view of a policeman. The news understand that before the assault, a car chase unfolded along a section of Constant Spring Road. A short video seemingly recorded by a passenger in a public vehicle has since gone viral on social media. Checks by the news reveal that the man seen brandish a firearm is said to be a member of the military. Police investigators confirm that they are looking into that angle as a part of their probe. The incident reportedly happened along Constant Spring Road, near Oakland apartment, where a grey SUV and a white Toyota Probox appear to have been covered. It is understood that the Probox hit the SUV and allegedly failed to stop before driving off. It is not clear if an official report of assault was made to the police. Members of the St. Andrew North Police Division say they have seen the video circulating and confirmed that an investigation is ongoing. A Jamaica Urban Transit Company JUTC driver Dwayne Mullins has died early this morning when the bus he was driving ran off the road and crashed along the Salpan Road in St. Catherine. Reports are that about 3:10 a.m. Mullins was driving the JUTC bus towards Portmore. When on reaching a section of the roadway near Kerrymead Distribution, he reported lost control of the bus, which veered off the road and ended up in a ditch. He sustained multiple injuries and was rushed to the Spanish Town Hospital, where he later died. Detectives from the St. Catherine North Police Division are investigating the tragic incident.